Gonna start working on the tank. I got everything ready for the tank. But when I came here Saturday, we noticed that the post that holds the ropes for the anchor, and it holds it underneath, and the rope for the cleats and all that to hold the boat in the slip, it completely sheared off. It was already cracked and old, and I already have bought a post. It's been sitting here for 5 years, I think. So here it is. I gotta polish it up a little bit, but the post that I had bigger. It had a thicker diameter here all the way through, but this is the same thing. The distance are the same. I think they're 4.5 inches or so. It's gonna work. It's gonna work fine. So I'm in the process of doing because I'm doing this by myself. So I had to go under and get a vice grip and pinch the bolt, and then go on the top and spin it with the little drill, the hammer drill. Remove one, then come down and pinch the other one. I'm sorry, I have to remove the air conditioning from the hole. So I'm working through there. So yeah, it never ends. That's the original post, by the way. I call it a post. I don't know exactly what is the name for that. And someone here did me a favor when the anchor post broke. The rope was already loose from the beginning here, the boat, the bottom, and they attached it to this cleat that I attached for the anchor connector. So they attached it here. So let me see. I think I have this one connected. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Okay, that's not gonna work. I need somebody to hold the other thing spinning under there. All right, let me see if I can do. I removed two by hand. Let's see if I can do the other two. But you need somebody to hold the screwdriver on top, or hold the bolt on the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing that. I'm working hard. I'm not working smart. I'm gonna see if I can spin it, and there's no way for me to go on top and spin it and hold it at the same time. It's on the other side of the windlass, so I won't reach. I don't think I could reach underneath and then on top at the same time. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go, and I'll see you later. Okay, so I got it out. It took some doing, but I always managed a way to find some sort of way to do things. So I took the plate on the bottom, cleaned it up because it kind of gummy and stuff, and then I see that these holes are made with one size drill. And they just drill. This is stainless. It's pretty hard, but apparently they didn't have one of these. So I'm gonna round it out a little bit. Oh, and when this tool came out, when they were building the boat, this tool it didn't exist. So now I'm gonna clean up the broken pieces, and tomorrow I'm gonna scrape. Yeah, that's enough. I'm gonna scrape and reattach this, and then I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish on the gas tank, but I'll do as much as I can. and then come back again. These projects you gotta do in a certain pace, in a certain order. So I gotta bring the bolts in the, I gotta take a little broom up there, take this. Yeah, having a boat is constantly doing something. It will keep you busy, that's for sure. Okay. Okay, so I got the screws in just the beginning there, and I wiped the excessive silicone from the threads. Once I put the ratchet on it, that'll go right through. And then I gotta put the rope in position and tighten it up. So that's it for today, because I am bushed. I'm doing boat calisthenics and stretching my arm, and it's hurting like crazy. It's hurting like hell. Okay, so that's it for now. Tomorrow's another day. All right, later. Okay, I scrape clean and install the T. So last thing I gotta do now is install the screws inside, and then I'm gonna see if I can do that tomorrow, because I gotta do it through that hole, through the hatch, and I gotta go underneath, grab the bolt. I put a stick with a zip tie so it doesn't flip around, and I'm holding it with my knee, and then on top I'm going, you know, it's doing it by yourself. It's a lot of work. So let me lock this up here. I make sure I put a lot of silicone so there's no water dripping in or anything. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna check to see if the threads are have some silicone on it. If it has, then I have to go there and clean it, because if it gets hard, the bolt won't be able to thread on. Let me get a light, because it's pretty dark now. I get my headlight. There.
Does he ever stop? Only in bed. But then he never really gets started, so it's scary. How about time I let your mother come live with us? I'll take care of this.
Oh yeah, I gotta clean it. It's got some. All right. Okay. Good morning. I didn't sleep that well last night, because that heater, for some reason, I'm gonna have to go online and find out how this thing works. I mean, it works, but it turns off whenever it wants to. I kept pushing all the buttons. I put it on auto, so that's why it turns off. But then it gets colder and colder, and it doesn't turn on. So finally at 2:30, I got up and I said, let me see what's wrong. And then I'm looking at the digital readout, and it said 60 degrees. I'm saying, no wonder it's so freaking cold. It's a refrigerator. You know, so turn it back on, and because I was warm under the blanket, but my face was getting pretty cold. All right, so I already started doing the anchor rope post, and the anchor rope is attached. And I didn't see this in other boats, but you know, who looks at that? The anchor rope is attached to the two bolts that hold down the post. Let me show you. I still got to tighten 3 more. Let me go in there.
Coming up, Governor Newsom's latest effort to bring down home prices.
I attached the clamp with this stick, so this thing doesn't turn on me, and that's the way the rope is attached, which it works. That one's already tightened, so I'm gonna tighten this one here. Being that I'm doing this by myself, I had to go in, come out. I already bumped my head several times. All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the other one. tight. Okay, so that's tight. And let's do the other two. No wonder I get all sore when I get when I come home. I'm all sore. These both gymnastics. Now let's attach. Okay, that's tight. Okay, and we'll do this one here. Okay. Solid as a rock. Okay, bring this here and there, and that is done. Then I gotta vacuum all this stuff here. Okay, so I've been wanting to do this for 5-6 years. Finally, because the piece broke, it obligated me to do it, finish it, and that's tight. Okay, so this is a great vacuum. You should get this for your boat. This thing's got big capacity, and it has 2 speeds, and it sucks like crazy. So okay, since I'm here, I think I'm gonna do a little scraping on this windlass. And I got the vacuum, I can pick up the stuff. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Look at this thing. It's not gonna be a final, just to get the stuff out. See, should I put a little more caulking? Maybe I should put some caulking around here, even though I installed some caulking. I want a little lip like this one here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm glad I brought the stick to work on the tank, because it helped me out over here. It would be, before using the stick, the wrench was just spinning because there was nobody holding it. So I said, well, I need to hold it somehow, and I came up with this, and it works. So now I'm gonna start working on the tank, and let me put this stuff away. I got some washers here. I used to have a bag, a black bag, that like a travel bag for paste, brush, personal stuff. And I had everything in there. All these screws were in there, mixed. So to find something, it take me half an hour. You gotta go through here. This is not that big. This is too small. And then, and I'm going, Jesus, I need to find a way to organize, because I don't like things that I can find easy. So I went to Harbor Freight, and I found this little thing that fits everything I need. And it locks, got a handle, little storage case, and you can actually pick up the little pocket, little box, take it out if you need to take it somewhere. You don't need to take the whole thing, and it works. So now it's a lot easier when I find a screw, like I found a screw inside the tank. I don't know how I got there. I just took it and put it in here, in this box. And believe it or not, that took me an hour to do what I did. Jesus Christ. Because it's uncomfortable. You gotta get in, you gotta go out, you gotta find this, and you gotta find that. And it's when you're doing things by yourself, it's time consuming. I'm gonna go and touch it up with this. I'm always looking at boat videos. I'm always looking at yachts, and you can dream for free. And I started thinking, why dream? So I mentioned it to my wife, and we started talking about it. And she's very calculative, So, okay, you get a bigger boat, you're gonna have a bigger slip. The bigger slip is gonna cost you a lot more money. The diver is gonna cost you more because it's a bigger boat, and all the expenditure. The tank is bigger, you're gonna spend more money on fuel, etc., etc. And I said, geez, don't help me with the decision. You're destroying the dream. So I said, all right. So I was thinking, and when I saw the Beneteau go by, it's a 30-footer. I was looking at the 34 for a while, for a few years. I like the 34, and I said, well, there's gotta be one now. The 34 has been around for a few years, and I said, okay, let me see what they're going for now. Well, they're going for 345, 355, etc., etc. And when I saw the price, I said, I like the boat, but do you like it that much to buy a boat and live your last dream for the last years, for the rest of the years you have left, which it could be 10, it could be 20, it could be 25, or I don't think so. But when I saw the Beneteau going for what they're asking, I'm going, I said, it would be nice to have a little bigger, a little roomier, and So then I looked at the 30-foot Beneteau that has very good ratings, very good reviews. It can handle storms. It can handle waves up to 13 feet. It's got a single engine. The main purpose, it's a single engine boat. I don't want two engines. I want a single engine that is in good condition. And so I looked one up, and there's a Beneteau going for 160. And I'm kind of up in the air with this. I'm kind of yes and no, and some people say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Meaning, your boat is paid, your boat is working, just keep your boat, which is true. It's about enjoying your life and enjoying the rest of the years you have left. So the Beneteau, it's on the horizon, let's say. This boat, right now it's in running condition with a new engine. The other engine is the original. It's got over 600 hours. And so another thing I could do is keep the boat, rebuild the other engine. Now I know I got two good engines, and do that. But the scarcity of mechanics, I'm going to have to do everything myself. I'm getting tired of working on the engine, on things. So I like Beneteau, and we're going to go check it out. There's going to be a boat show next, maybe in 3 weeks or 4 weeks. We're going to go. I know Beneteau's going to be there, and we're going to really give it a serious look to see if it's worth making the move or just enjoy this one until I can't do it anymore and then sell it. It's something that you have to consider when you're coming to the end of your life. That, well, not exactly at the end of your life. You're coming at the end of your physical movement life. When you get to the point that you're using a walker or you're in a wheelchair, you're done moving, and there's no point in having a boat. So I want to get it as long as I can do and climb and get in and out, and that's the idea. So yeah, I saw that, and it's a good looking boat. It's a trawler. It gives you good range, and and then I'm thinking, okay, range. All right, I can get here 145 because it's two engines. That one has a one engine. It gets you 253 on the tank. I don't know what the tank is. It's 190 gallons, I believe, roughly what I got. And it's getting 1.5 miles to the gallon, which is very good. I want to do a test on this one. I'm gonna switch my tanks to the one in the rear, so the engines they both suck from the one tank. Go fill it up and do a run of 15 miles, and then 30. Maybe go a little longer, go around Pedro, and then maybe do 40 round trip, and then go back to the gas station, fill it up again, and see what it's actually burning. And I have to go at a certain speed, at a certain RPM. I can be skipping and bouncing on waves. I have to do trawler speed on one test, and then I want to do planing speed on another test. This boat, believe it or not, planes at 13 miles an hour. It just pops right out of water and just goes, and then you give it more gas, or you bring it back, and I have a meter so it can tell me what I'm burning right now. So I want to do that test and see what I get. All right, I'm gonna drink some water. I'm gonna get to the tank now. Later.